You're listening to Potty Mouth Radio, the home of movies, music, television, and comedy. The following podcast contains spoilers and rude words. We watch a thing. We watch a thing. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to We Watched a Thing with Billy and Dave, but not just me and Dave, because this, of course, is the most anticipated movie of the year for our dear friend Sam Hurley from Movie Reviews and 20 Qs. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing poorly, you degenerate fuck.
Well,
You fucking asshole. How could you say that? Look, yeah, I get it. I'm the Marvel guy. I love Marvel, everything related. But I'm starting to feel like the dudes on the watch where it's like, okay, I'm pretty sure my watch has ended now, guys. Just fucking put me out of my fucking... I'm done, man. I'm done.
I'm Pepper Potts and you're Tony. You may sleep now, Sam. You can rest. You've done your work. It's time
Thank you.
Lie down.
Sam,
Thank God.
I have to ask you about this because, yeah, you're the MCU guy. You love the MCU. You love everything about it. Do you consider any of these films MCU films?
Well, technically, they're not.
Well, I don't know. I feel like, because it's been, what has it been now? It's been since maybe Venom 2 that they started putting the Marvel logo at the start of them, right? Like the first couple didn't have that, but now they have.
No, look, I'm pretty sure they have the
They
Marvel.
always had a Marvel logo because the Marvel owns the characters.
I don't think so.
It always has that text there saying,
in association with. That was
Marvel,
the first time
that
was the first time I noticed that text that said in association with. I feel like the last one I saw of these just had the logo.
Busy furiously masturbating in its anticipation of the Sony Spider-verse film to come.
So to go full Marvel nerd, the most direct tie-in is at the end. Is it of Spider-Man No Way Home? We get a shot of Eddie Brock and he's been transported into the MCU.
Yeah.
It's post or mid credits though, and I don't consider any of those as canon because they're ridiculous.
So then at the start of Venom 3, we get him still inside the MCU as
and
we know
immediately erased, and but no more said about that.
No more said about that. No more said about the tiny little glob of Venom that he left behind inside the MCU. None of that is So, I mean, and we've also got Vulture. Vulture from the first Spider-Man movie pops up inside of Morbius. Has one of the worst post-credit scenes. Again, yes, post-credit. Are they canon or not? But has one of the worst post-credit scenes ever. If you guys remember it, it's literally Morbius talking to a green screen.
That's right.
Michael Keaton talking to a green screen, and they have no corresponding, interaction.
That's
There's
right.
no chemistry. Is fucking not even a word to be applied to what it is. It's literally two people having a conversation. They've been recorded separately with no idea what inflections and mood and everything the other one was going to say.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's all Sony desperately trying to go, look, we're relevant. We're with those guys. You know, the cool kids over there. I know we sit over at this table in the corner with the kids from the special bus, but we're at the same school as the people at the cool table.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I do know that this they've come out and said, right, that they're letting this die now. They're not doing any more of this.
It's on indefinite hold. The Sony Spider. They're going to concentrate on the animated films that actually get good reviews.
Which blows my fucking mind, right? That you could have such terrible live action, but such amazing animated films.
Because they're made by
there's only two of them.
Well, yeah. Even this, Sam, there's only 6 of these films, and 3 of them are Venom. So it's not like it's not like the Sony Spider-Man universe really, was a huge deal. They're going to be remembered for how bad they were.
But you've basically hit 1 from 6. Like I'll give the first Venom a solid pass and say that was an enjoyable film that had potential to turn into something else.
Yeah.
The other 5, I'll never rewatch any of them.
Well,
whereas like Spider-Verse is 2 from 2.
I mean, I don't know how you can slag off Madam Web, which is one of the best movies of this year. But let's get into Kraven the Hunter.
I can't believe I saw someone else reference this. I can't believe that shit Sony Spider-Verse movies are almost bookending the year.
Yeah.
All right, Kraven the Hunter is a 2024 American superhero film featuring the Marvel Comics character of the same name. Directed by J.C. Chandor from a screenplay by Richard Wenk, Art Markham, and Matt Holloway. The film stars Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Ariana DeBose, Fred Hetchinger, Alessandro Nivola, Christopher Abbott, and Russell Crowe. And since you're the guest, what is it about, Sammy?
Yeah, of course. Kraven is the son of a man who is an absolute complete piece of shit, and for a series of unfortunate events, he basically gets mauled to death by a lion. But during that mauling, Calypso shows up with some magic herb, which
don't forget the drop of lion's blood that fell directly into the small bullet wound.
I was getting there. There is a drop of lion's blood that goes directly into a hole in his body, a bloodied hole on his body. We then get some sort of liquid poured into his mouth, unconsensually, of course, and then he wakes up in a hospital and he discovers that he has the powers of whatever the fuck is needed for that scene. So he's effectively a lion in a human's body is the best way to describe him. But he, he can run fast. He's super strong. He's knife proof. I don't know. There's a ton of shit in this.
Yeah,
but again, like whatever's convenient. And so then
the closest ties between these films and the MCU is the fact that he is basically Dr. Dolittle, who was also played by Robert Downey Jr.
Correct, yeah. Well, and then effectively he goes on a one-man rampage to kill poachers or drug sellers, suppliers. I don't know what the fuck. He's effectively becomes the Robin Hood of the underground.
Yeah.
So what the fuck am I saying? This is what the fuck. It's stupid.
Can we start talking about this, right? So all three of us.
Nah, let's talk about something else. I'm fucking down. Let's talk about an awesome film.
Let's talk about The Godfather.
All three of us, at least at some point in the past, if not now, have been comic readers. Particularly, Spider-Man was my favorite. Sam, I know that you, to this day, I believe, still read them. Dave, I know you have. How familiar are you guys with Kraven?
Spider-Man comics. This is not Kraven.
No, it's not. Well, that's what I was getting. So Kraven
motivation is they've basically tried to create Deadpool.
They've tried to make him like an anti-hero, right? Like it's weird.
A hero doing good things, but he's more violent than most heroes.
Yeah.
He kills bad people instead of arresting them. But his motivation is to get rid of bad guys, whereas Kraven's motivation is he's the ultimate hunter and he wants the ultimate challenge, and he sees Spider-Man as the ultimate quarry.
Man is the most dangerous game, and Spider-Man is even more dangerous.
More in the world, and he is constantly just trying to kill Spider-Man because he sees that as kind of the ultimate head on the wall.
Because that's my thing is I just don't understand this movie because it's not. I don't know, man. At one point I thought they were going to try and give us the Sinister Six or something, but this movie they've just made him like a straight hero.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
At least in the comics, Kraven is kind of an anti-hero. Like he's had some.
Not really. He's pretty straight villainous, man. He's pretty much just
no. He has been worked on the side of various Avengers. He teamed up with Squirrel Girl in one story. He's always been a bit too like murdery, but he's had a code of honor. He's got a strict set of morals.
Not the Kraven I read.
Not my Kraven.
Hashtag not my Kraven, Dave.
Over 50 odd years, there's been ebbs and flows, but he's always had a strict moral code, etc. Unlike, some of the more insane villains like Calypso, who's a full-on fucking psychopath.
Yeah, who again in this is just made into a good guy.
This is the whole Cruella Maleficent thing. It's like let's take someone who is out and out a villain, and we're going to rewrite their backstory and make them relatable.
It's even more different.
I don't get it.
No,
it's like
but at least those movies, Cruella and Maleficent. At the end of the day, Maleficent is still the villain. It just that movie is just a backstory to try and give you some kind of empathy for her. But that's not what this movie is. This is just like
relatable.
Yeah, this is not trying to make him like give him more of a backstory. This just straight up makes him a good guy, and I don't understand who the movie's for.
Anti-hero, like if your definition of a hero is someone who doesn't kill, and an anti-hero is someone who has no qualms killing people, then sure, he's an anti-hero. But in this, he is. I mean,
He's
fucking
straight up
Captain
good
America
guy.
kills people. He's a straight up fucking hero.
Yeah.
In this, he is a straight up hero. He has no, like the Kraven I know is an egotistical, self-centered fucking asshole.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's his whole thing. And to the point that he wants Spider-Man to kill him because he wants to finally come up against something that can kill him. He's pissed off and like he's killed every fucking animal on the fucking planet. He's gone hunted down heaps of fucking people,
whereas
superpowered people, all that sort of shit.
In this, they've almost made him a member of PETA. Like he's very anti-hunter.
He's like there was that boat that went around for Greenpeace that just started ram raiding fucking whaling boats. They didn't even bother fucking trying to protest or anything. I can't remember what the guy's name was. He just used to ram raid whaling boats. That's what this guy is.
Yeah.
He's just driving around fucking killing people.
I think
that's all
Billy,
it is.
I reckon, Billy, you've nailed it. The biggest thing, the biggest kind of most egregious thing they've changed is they've taken the world's greatest hunter, and made him an anti-hunting.
Yeah. It's bizarre. It's a weird thing. And so here's the thing, right? I actually did not hate the start of this movie. The movie started, and we get the first kind of 20 minutes. We get the cold open where he's in the prison, and he like breaks in to kill the fucking mob boss in the prison.
Bit I thought was cool.
I thought it was cool, and I even liked. Then we go right back to his past. We see him as a child. We see how he became Kraven. I didn't actually hate any of that stuff, but then the movie just got so boring. As soon as he is Kraven and we go to him being an adult, I don't think I've heard people say, at least Aaron Taylor Johnson is doing a good job in this movie. I don't think he's bringing fucking anything to this movie. This is a dull piece of shit movie.
Let's dial this back. The people that Billy's heard this from is me, because in an expert villain mood, I came out of this movie and said Aaron Taylor Johnson's trying his best, Russell Crowe's trying his best. Yeah, some of the special effects is a little bit patchy, but it's an alright movie. I was trolling Billy to go and see the movie.
Well,
and
fucking, fucking worked, man.
I've got a message to Topher saying, actually, the movie fucking sucks. I just want Billy to waste his money.
Because
we all knew he was going to see it twice anyway. It's
no. I'm saying this right now. Big Dizzle's big call. Madam Web is at least 3 to 4 times the movie this is.
You are getting way too free and easy with that fucking big call.
Yeah.
It's not even a small call. This is one of the worst fucking films of the decade.
This movie blows so hard. I just find after that opening sequence, like after he becomes Kraven, there's so little redeeming.
My grandmother died, and I haven't seen her since.
Yes. I
wrote those lines. They got approved, and they had Ariana fucking DeBose, who I adore.
Yeah. Man. Talk about. I mean, she's the worst performance in this film, and it's hard to blame her because the dialogue is awful.
No, she's not.
No, she is really bad in this movie, man. That scene where he goes to see her at the funeral and she's talking, she has zero emotion in her voice. She is so flat.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. I mean, Aaron Taylor Johnson is obviously trying as Tom Hardy does with Venom. This is kind of, he's trying to get his franchise going. So he's throwing everything into it. He's obviously done at least 1 or 2 days in the gym. But everyone else is phoning the shit out of this. Christopher Abbott is a great fucking actor. He is abysmal in this. He may as well be asleep.
Who's he?
Who's he? The guy that plays Rhino?
No. He's the foreigner.
Of course, yeah. Fuck.
He is normally a great actor. He has done some awesome Possessor, Piercing. He's done some awesome performances, and he is asleep through this fucking thing. And I'm sure it's because he's just gone, it's a paycheck. This is a fucking terrible movie.
He has actually been.
Everything's going to be bad.
Interestingly, he's been amazing in a comic book movie before. He played Xerxes in the original 300.
Yeah, right.
Not a lot of people know that because he's so heavily laden under, especially. Yeah. Look it up.
No.
Yeah. That's fucking bizarre, right? Yeah, look it up. I had no idea it was him.
I can't let this go a moment longer without fucking IMDb. I thought that was some fucking trans actor that played. Oh, what area? 300.
Nah.
If that's Chris Abbott, my fucking head's going to explode. Don't all sit
Hold
there
on.
silent. This is going to take us.
Yeah, you cut it out, mate.
Oh, good. Give me more work at editing. I just want to fucking tap them, hit go and not have to do anything.
Well, I was going to fucking edit this week, and now I'm being sent
no,
to
it's not. It's
Darwin
somebody else.
tomorrow.
Don't worry.
Oh, Sam was wrong.
Horribly, horribly wrong.
Oh, it's the fuck. Oh my god, that's still surprising. It's the dude from Love Actually, isn't it?
It is the dude from Love Actually. Yeah. I've got the two of them mixed up. They do look very
You've
similar.
still blown my mind, so I'm going to forgive you because that's
Yeah.
incredible. I thought it was
Sorry,
A. Davidson in Stargate sort of thing.
Yeah.
See, but this movie just has too many characters too. Like, this is a Kraven the Hunter movie, but I mean, look, you expect Chameleon, and that's fine. Then we get fucking Rhino, we get the Foreigner, as you said. Like, there's too many people in this movie.
Sure, Rhino's at least comic accurate now, unlike Paul Giamatti.
Giamatti, yeah, but Paul Giamatti's Paul Giamatti. I'd rather watch Paul Giamatti any day.
In a mech suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one scene, and I don't want to kind of knock him too much because he's one of the more entertaining performers in this film. But what's his name that plays Rhino in this? He makes some weird fucking noises over the course of this film for no reason.
Yeah.
No one comments. He just makes odd sounds very vocally and loudly, and all the people around him just act like nothing's happened. I was sitting there going, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
He was
brilliant, that guy.
He made some decisions in this before. Possibly the most.
Yeah.
He was something else. I got to touch on that. One of my favorite trivia is that in, I think, the original Spider-Man Homecoming or whatever, something like that, we get a scene where he webs Childish Gambino. He basically webs him to a car, and we see the license plate of the car, and it references the original comic that Miles Morales was in, was Ultimate Fallout 4.
Yeah, the prison number in this as well.
Yeah. And so I was like, that's really cool. That's the car plate. That's a really good bit of trivia and all this other stuff. And so then I was like, when I was watching this, I was like, I wonder if they'll replicate it. And then the very next fucking scene, he gets out of his car and his license plate is RH space IN space O. Are you fucking serious?
We were talking about the prison, like the prisoner he replaces right at the start, whose prison number is like 0863 or it's August 63 or whatever, the first Amazing Spider-Man 15, the first appearance of, which if you're going to put in such, and that's really granular kind of fucking nerd Easter egg shit that I didn't see that, pick that up. I read that. I'm not going to take credit for it. That's so granular and nerdy. But then you completely rewrite the nature of the character.
Yeah.
Who is this film for? It's got Easter eggs for the comic nerds. The comic nerds are going to fucking hate it because they've not been comic accurate about anything other than the look of Rhino and the lion. We stuck him in the vest right at the end and we had him do the pose like the cover of the fucking comic. Yeah, but you changed the character. This movie is for no one.
Yeah.
100%.
Other than people who like watching bad movies and making drinking games out of them.
Okay, so the question then lingers, what's the worst film, this or Joker 2?
Look, that's honestly a great question.
I will say
this is a worse film.
This is a worse film, but I will rewatch this 1,000 times before I ever go near either Joker film again. This at least has fun stuff.
Oh, mate.
Running on the ground like a fucking cat. He throws himself all over. There's some fun action.
There's nothing fun in here.
It's terrible.
There's nothing.
Come on, bro. The opening prison scene.
About 10 times in this film.
The opening prison scene is about it. Honestly, this film has atrocious CG. Every time he goes into that lion eye thing where he's like zooming in on crime.
God, that's right. Not only is he Dr. Dolittle, he's the fucking Beastmaster as well.
Yeah, Beastmaster. The worst CGI for me was like, if you hint at something for the entirety of a film, and then when it comes time for the big reveal of here is Rhino, fuck, you need to deliver, and you don't put together what looks like somebody's just smeared fucking Play-Doh on. Yeah. smeared Play-Doh on a screen and said, "Look, here's this is the best. Here's my kit in MS Paint, and they've set it in Play-Doh mode, and this is the Rhino." It's like, what the fuck is this? Are you serious?
You make out that he's indestructible. You show that bullets can't penetrate. He doesn't even flinch with bullets, and then you have him trampled by a buffalo, and it fucking kills him.
Yeah.
Make your mind up.
Oh, except Aaron Taylor Johnson fingers his hole a little bit.
That's right, he does. He pokes him in his little catheter hole.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't believe that this isn't the worst reviewed movie in all of the Sony Spider-verse. It doesn't make sense to me that this is.
Madam Web was unfairly maligned because it had some
100%.
bad writing. I genuinely, I don't think it's as good as you do, but I think the cast doing, basically good work. I like Dakota. I like the girls. I think they're all fine. The writing's a bit shit, and there's no massive logical holes in how powers work and shit. And there's some bad dialogue, obviously, meme-worthy bad dialogue. But overall, I could rewatch that and not hate myself.
Yeah.
I found Morbius offensively bad. I would put Morbius
in this film.
Sorry, Sam, you reckon Morbius is worse?
Yeah. I found Morbius offensively bad to the point that I would easily have that as my worst movie of the Sony films.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I mean,
I have these two on a level.
I'm not surprised that these movies are dead. This movie budget between 110 and 130 million, of course, not factoring in promotion, and so far at the box office 26, and it seems like it's pretty well going to stop there.
11 million domestically, like 11 million in America. That's for a comic book movie from Marvel. Like, I never thought, if you'd said this to me 6-7 years ago, that a Marvel movie is going to come out and it's only going to gross 11 million in opening weekend, I would think you're fucking insane.
And like, the trailer wasn't shit for this. We all thought it would be shit because it's in the Sony Spider-verse. But the trailer, I was thinking maybe it'll be okay. Aaron Taylor Johnson's a good performer. He's not kick-ass weedy anymore. He's a buff dude. Maybe he can pull this off. But,
and I like him. And when I saw the R rating as well, I thought, okay, cool, they're going to lean into it. They're going to make it a little bit more gruesome, a little bit more bloody. And they do. There are scenes in this that are legitimately,
When
the split in half?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
So good.
I loved that. That was awesome.
We do need to take a vote, though. Is Russell Crowe's Russian accent
better than his Greek
bad
one?
As John Malkovich in Rounders. Hey, that man, he's money.
I thought you were going to say was his Russian accent worse than his Greek one in Thor.
Well, he's obviously having fun with it. He's at a point in his career where he's not. He doesn't need to worry about jobs. Jobs come his way, and he's just having fun.
That's what I will say. Rusty, I've never been a Rusty fan. I don't think the first Gladiator is anywhere near as incredible as people say. I like A Beautiful Mind, but I don't think it's brilliant. I've never been a massive fan of Rusty outside of his throwing phones at people. But honestly, he's the best thing in this movie because, like you say, Dave, he's at least having fun with it. Ever since he entered this stage of his career, he's been a lot more enjoyable because he seems like less of a cunt and more of a jolly old, just having fun dude.
Oh, it's like Hugh Grant.
They're in
that second half of their career where money's not an issue. They're not chasing jobs. Jobs just come their way.
I'll never understand what's happened with Hugh Grant, actually. I'm really curious because he quite famously came out several times throughout his career saying how much he hated acting and hated actors. And he didn't think of it as a real job. He was like, acting's not real. Like, he hated it. But, now that he's starting to play kind of outside his wheelhouse, he must have changed his opinion on that, right?
He still comes across like a cunt in interviews, like he thinks everything's beneath him. It's all shit.
Yeah,
he does.
Even after Dungeons and Dragons, you'd think he was having a blast, but you see him in interviews afterwards, and it's like, why are we even talking about this piece of shit?
I know. I could be getting a gob job in the back of a car in an alley. instead of sitting here talking to you people.
Yes.
Well, Liz Hurley's at home. I'm going to go get a
call Divine Brown.
I completely forgot that. I completely forgot that he was still with Liz Hurley at that time as well. Like that is wild to me.
And you've seen photos of Divine Brown at the time,
yes.
Right? Yeah. Why?
It's insane.
It's like finding out recently that Natalie Portman's husband cheated on her. It's like, what the fuck?
That's nuts.
Like, she's getting divorced because Natalie, but it's insane. Jamie Lee Curtis is another one I'd say.
That poor man needs medical attention. We shouldn't mock him. He's obviously clinically insane.
Yeah, 100%. Jamie Lee Curtis is another one I put in that bracket of like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
she is now just doing the most out there roles that I'm like, really?
She and Kate Blanchett in Borderlands. What? Like seriously? What the fuck?
Yes, both of them, right? Both of them. But like everything, everywhere, all at once, and stuff like that. Like she's taking some out there roles. I'm like, good on you, Jamie Lee. That's
amazing. To the fences. I love that people do that. But sometimes you think, oh, your agent. No, needs a wrap over the knuckles. That shit.
I'll also put out there that Russell Crowe shouldn't be in comic book movies anymore. I mean, Man of Steel, maybe a pass, but like, For Love and Thunder, and now this. It's like, you're done, man. You're done.
Oh, the fucking. I mean, it's not comic book, I guess, but the fucking failed Universal Monsterverse.
Oh, the Dark Universe. The Dark Universe. Yeah.
You're done with franchises, Russell Crowe. You're done.
Forget Jai Courtney. He's the new franchise killer. Another Australian. What is it with Aussies fucking up franchises?
He is Australian. Do not look up his place of birth, listeners. He's not New Zealand. He's Australian.
Mate, he is as Australian.
We get to say that Mel Gibson's American.
Exactly.
Although I like Mel, so I kind of want to keep him.
He's as Australian as Sam Neill. Don't you take it away from us, Sam.
We only take the ones we want. You can keep the fat kid from Deadpool 2 because I don't like him and I don't want him.
I mean, we are coming up to that time of year again where it's time to start the debate about Pavlova all over again.
Oh, it's already started here in New Zealand. Like it's already like our national dessert.
You guys can have it because Pavlova sucks.
I don't rate it that much either.
Nah, the meringue is just no good. Honestly, give me cream and berries on its own before you throw some fucking egg white in there.
I love how we've gone like 6 minutes without talking about Kraven. This is fucking bliss, to be honest.
All right. Okay, so how are we scoring Kraven the Hunter?
With 2 punches to the balls. That's how I'm scoring it. That's how I feel this movie was. I mean, it's 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. It's yeah.
No, that's still too generous. I'll go 2 out of 10. It's certainly not any higher than that. It could be lower, to be honest. But
2 out of 10. Yeah, I haven't put it up yet, but I'll be a 1 on Letterboxd. So 2 out of 10.
Yeah,
it's one for is like 9-pack and 1 for the number of times that I laughed in the cinema, which is more than any film this year.
I honestly don't know how you laughed in this. I like even facetiously like
at the dialogue in this film.
No, honestly, that was my biggest problem with this movie. If this movie was at least so bad it's good, which it could have been, I might have enjoyed it slightly more. But to me, this movie was just so dull. I was
just laughing in disbelief at numerous lines in this film.
I mean, like you say, the worst line is that my grandmother died and then I never saw her again.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. What, have you been busy? Like, why haven't you seen her again?
Oh man,
did you move away? What happened?
Well, Sam, thank you for joining us. Look, I know that every time I ask you this question,
go fuck yourselves. I don't want to be here.
I know that every time I ask this question, you just say no sarcastically, but can you tell the people about movie reviews and 20 Qs or anything else you've got going on at the moment?
No problem. You can find us anywhere. Search out movie reviews and 20 Qs. There'll be a link down in the show notes. We're part of this amazing network, obviously. So you'll probably be easy enough.
Go and look on your website, Billy.
Yeah. Hey, and if you guys want to hear a good Spider-related movie, we currently have an episode of Spider-Man, the original, the Tobey Maguire,
Nice.
2001 or 2002, ready to be edited by Billy. So yeah, that'll be out very soon, and you can hear some guys enthusiastically discuss.
Go Web.
Yeah, exactly. So if you haven't heard our podcast before, as I said, we review a movie by asking 20 questions about it. So one of our questions was what was the biggest dick move in this movie? And I'll give you a spoiler. My one is in the original Spider-Man movie. They're all sitting down for Thanksgiving lunch, and then Norman Osborn reaches to eat some food, and then Aunt May just slaps his arm away and says, "Wait, Norman." And then the very next scene, Norman Osborn as Green Goblin fucking carpet bombs Aunt May's house. So yeah, that's kind of a dickish move. So that's the type of things that we look at when we're watching these movies.
I'm sure you saw, Sam. Are they re-releasing all of the Spider-Man movies in cinemas over there?
I don't even think we've had it released originally over here yet. So,
for the 100th anniversary of Columbia TriStar, they're re-releasing all of the Spider-Man movies in cinemas. So we get the OG Spider-Man the first week of Jan, and then from Jan to the end of Feb, we get Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3,
Garfield.
And the Garfield ones. Yep, and the Holland ones. They're doing all whatever there are, 8 of them. Yep.
Okay, look, I am a massive superhero movie fan. I love it and all that sort of shit. But I find it offensive that you take a great movie fucking production company and you condense the 100 years to just be some
into
fucking
Spider-Man
pop culture fucking Spider-Man film.
I know.
What the fuck?
I know. And obviously, honestly, how long has it been even since Sony owned Columbia TriStar? Because they were their own company before Sony bought them, from memory.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, there's such a massive library of films there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we going to celebrate 100 years of cinema? Let's get Spider-Man. Fuck me.
To bid farewell to all of our Spider movies.
Well, thank you for joining us, Sam. Next week is going to be our Christmas episode. And Dave, since it's your first real Christmas episode with the show, do you want to tell the people what you made me watch?
First fucking Christmas episode. I've been doing this for more than 2 years, dickhead.
I know, but last year, I think I looked back and I had Topher. Topher and I did Die Hard 2 last Christmas.
Oh, we did top 10 Christmas movies or something, but it was earlier.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I picked a Christmas movie, and because it's a beautiful Christmas season, it's all about family, it's all about togetherness. We're doing Black Christmas from 1974, one of the original slasher films.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I think you could venture to say the first.
Oh, well, we'll talk.
Oh, Sam's making a face.
No.
We'll talk.
Get out of here with that shit. Come on, man.
We got to get...
You already had Psycho by that point. That was 1960.
Oh, would you call that a slasher? I wouldn't call that a slasher. I mean,
people from the same year as slasher.
Nah, I think they've got elements of it, but I wouldn't call them slashers. But you know what? We need to chat to Jason.
Halloween.
Yeah, we need to chat to Jason from Binge. He'd be able to sort us out, being a slasher historian that he is. He'll be like, "Oh no, actually, it was a shot on video film that was only released in the state of Pennsylvania in 1942."
Probably. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will catch you next week with Black Christmas. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at pottymouthradio.com and go join the Facebook listener community. And we'll catch you next week. Bye.
And you'll see me next time
Goodbye.
on Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Hey, that man is money.